Your edge is your realness as a man. You are most masculine when you are not at war with yourself, when your actions are aligned with your purpose. David Dider. Most men think they're masculine until life pressures them, and they fold. Not because they're soft, not because they're broken, but because they've been performing masculinity instead of embodying it. Let's get real. Masculine power doesn't get taken from you. You give it away, quietly, one choice at a time, one unspoken boundary, one emotional reaction, one day lived without direction. And the worst part, you don't even notice when it's happening. You feel off, unmotivated, disrespected, invisible. But the truth is, you're leaking power, silently. Here's the wake-up call. You might be doing it every single day, without realizing it. So today, we're going to expose 3 behaviors that silently destroy your masculine power. Not to shame you, but to wake you up. Because power doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being honest, owning the leak, and sealing it shut. Let's begin. Silent killer 1, emotional reactivity. Let's start with something most men were never taught. If you can't control your emotions, you can't be trusted, by others or by yourself. Masculine power doesn't mean you never feel emotion. It means your emotions don't own you. It means you can feel the fire, but not burn everything down with it. Now let me make this real. You send a message. No reply. It's been 45 minutes. You feel ignored. So what do? You pull back. You get cold. You start imagining scenarios, looking for control, through withdrawal, or you're in traffic. Someone cuts you off. You scream. You slam the steering wheel. Like that moment was worth your peace. Or someone criticizes you, and instead of listening, you react. You get defensive. You say something you regret. This isn't strength. This is emotional fragility wearing a mask. Because here's the truth. The man who's emotionally out of control isn't powerful. He's unstable. And deep down, you know it. But let's be clear. I'm not telling you to suppress how you feel. I'm telling you to sit with it, to breathe through it, to let the emotion speak without letting it steer. Because when your emotions are in control, your masculinity becomes performative. But when you are in control, it becomes real. Stillness under fire. That's the mark of a man worth trusting. Silent killer 2, lack of direction. The second silent killer of masculine energy, living without direction. A man without purpose is like a ship without a compass. Looks good at the dock, but drifts aimlessly at sea. Most men wake up with no clarity, no fire, no internal blueprint. They just see how it goes. They check their phone, respond to what the world throws at them, and repeat the loop. No wonder you feel anxious. No wonder you feel small, because purpose gives you gravity. Without it, you float, and people stop taking you seriously. You make choices based on comfort, not calling. You say yes to things you should have walked away from. You say no to things that might have stretched you. You bounce between jobs, projects, hobbies, not because you're curious, but because you're unrooted. And when you're unrooted, you can't lead, you can't protect, you can't build, because there's no structure inside of you. But here's the shift. Purpose doesn't have to be some grand mission. It starts small. It starts with the question, why am I doing what I'm doing today? And if you don't know, that's your work. Because the most magnetic men are not the loudest, they're the clearest. They know what they're building, and every step they take reflects that. That's real confidence, not bravado, clarity. Silent killer 3, weak boundaries. The third silent killer, weak boundaries. You know the feeling. You say yes, but deep down you wanted to say no. You laugh off something that disrespected you. You let someone interrupt your time, your space, your energy, and you do nothing. Not because you're kind, but because you're afraid of conflict. And here's the truth. If people can walk all over you, you're not powerful. You're compliant. You can have muscles. You can have money. You can even have charm. But if you can't protect your own standards, no one will trust you to protect theirs. Because masculine energy protects. It defends what matters. And if you won't protect your peace, your time, your values, then don't expect anyone else to respect them either. Every time you let someone cross a line you never voiced, you lose a little respect from them. But more importantly, from yourself. And it builds, quietly, day by day, until one day, you don't even recognize your own voice anymore. Because you've spent years swallowing your truth to keep the peace. Let me be clear, being kind is not the same as being passive. Strong boundaries don't make you aggressive. They make you clear. And clarity is power. Say what you mean. Stand by your values. Protect your inner space like it actually matters. Because it does. Let me tie this together. These aren't small issues. These aren't personality quirks. They are leaks, quiet fractures in your foundation. And you don't lose your masculine power all at once. You bleed it, slowly. Through the emotion you didn't manage. Through the purpose you didn't pursue. Through the boundaries you never set. It adds up. And eventually, you feel it. In your relationships, in your career, in your self-respect. The voice that says, something's off. I'm not proud of who I'm being. That voice is real. But here's the truth. You can fix this. If you rebuild emotional control, if you clarify your purpose, if you honor your boundaries, people will feel the shift. And more importantly, you will feel it. You won't need to prove anything because your presence will speak for itself. So let me ask you, which of these three behaviors hit the hardest? Comment below. The one I'm fixing is not for attention, not for likes, but to make it real. To claim your growth in front of other men who are doing the same inner work. You're not alone in this. And you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Masculine power isn't about dominance. It's about direction. It's not about perfection. It's about honesty. Own your emotional world. Clarify your purpose. Set the damn boundary. Because the man you're becoming is waiting on the man you're willing to be today. Discipline, stillness, presence.